A normal person wouldn't understand that all this is happening.
We all understand that dogs and cats make some of the most popular household pets in America. In the United States, for example, more than 40 million families include dogs. But most of us have little understanding of what really goes on behind the scenes in the world of dog and cat grooming.
We'll do the toenails first, because once they grow too long, they start to curve, and then they touch the ground and the dog can't walk right, and it hurts, it pushes back into their foot. They should be clipped so that they don't touch the ground. So just the pads their feet are touching.
So animal health care is a major part of good dog grooming. Perhaps you didn't know that. Maybe you also don't know that the dog and cat grooming industry offers exciting entry-level jobs that can lead to rewarding independent careers.
I've always been interested in animals, so I got involved in grooming. It's rewarding because you see the dogs, when they first come in, they're all matted and dirty, and by the time you're done with them, they really look great.
Becky Forster is an entry-level dog groomer, just starting out on what she expects will be a full career.
I want to eventually own my own shop. I want to work for about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years, depending on how much I could absorb in that time, and I am going to open my own shop.
Later in this program, we'll explore more of the opportunities in dog grooming to own your own business, to become an entrepreneur. But, as with most careers, in dog grooming there's plenty to learn and master before you're ready to be your own boss. And while Becky has an excellent start, she knows the learning has only begun.
The most important thing that we're taught is never push the dog to their limits. When they've had enough, that's it. Then we explain that to the customer. That's all we could do with the dog. And, you know, if they want anything else, they really should go see a vet.
Becky is learning on the job, working for the American Dog and Cat Company. As an entry-level groomer, she gets paid to learn more about the 200 different breeds of dogs and the various challenges the different dogs represent.
For the antsy dogs that are on the table, what we usually do is we'll put the noose up a little bit higher, but not so they're choking them, you know, just so that they have a little movement where they can't turn to get us.
While she's working, Becky also is completing a 14-week course at the Academy of Dog Grooming Arts. Upon completion, Becky will be certified as a professional groomer. In most states, such certification is not required. However, Becky knows that the course focus on animal health care, nutrition, and the entire grooming process will give her the best knowledge to succeed in her field.
First, we'll start with theory, learning different diseases of the dogs, what to look for on the skin, looking for different kind of worms. You learn all about that. You learn about flea and ticks, the parasite control, and how to prevent it, how to treat it. And then you start with your basics.
Beverly Dennison, a dog groomer and business owner herself, is also the teacher at the Academy. And as Beverly knows, it takes time for her students to master the basics of grooming.
It takes the groomer approximately a half hour to do toenails, do the basics on the dogs, do the ears. Some dogs are very matted. It can take them another 20 minutes to comb it out. Then they put the dog in the bathtub. Then they have to fluff it dry. Then they have about another hour, hour and a half of scissor time on the dog. Total, for the beginner, it takes about 3 hours per dog.
Beverly is hands-on. She's right there when we need her. Like, say we don't know what to do with this face. We've never done this kind of dog. She'll come over, she'll do half a face, and then we try to match it. If we have any problems, she'll go over it again. She'll do it as many times as it takes.
Along with learning good grooming skills, the Academy's classroom work and guest lecturers have taught Becky the science, the health care necessary to be an excellent groomer.
We recommend the customer that we do flea baths because we could put mineral oil in the eyes.
The Academy's guest lecturers include an animal nutritionist who teaches Becky how diet can directly affect a dog's health.
It's a real bad practice to cook for your dog and feed him even if it is meat, basically, because all the nutrients then are not in there. You don't really know what the dog needs.
A guest veterinarian teaches the group how to perform cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or CPR, on dogs. With the veterinarian's coaching, Becky practices on the CPR model dog.
7 and 8 and 9, great, and then 2 breaths.
You could save a dog's life. If you know it, you learn it, and you respond to it fast enough, you can save a life.
They've upgraded the standard of dog grooming. They've upgraded what a groomer should know.
But as with most careers, while knowledge is essential, it is not the only ingredient for success. For dog grooming, attitude, the personal characteristics the groomer brings to the job, is all important.
Becky doesn't say no. There's nothing she won't do. There's nothing she can't do. If she tries, she's real open, very kind. I never see her lose her temper. I've never heard her say, I don't want to know or I won't try. She's like a whole package of what somebody would want.
You have to have a good attitude towards animals. You have to have the love for animals.
So every day Becky comes to work, she brings her desire, her increasing knowledge about dog grooming, and she brings her eagerness to learn and develop more.
Well, we clean the ears first. Any ear hair that's in the ear canal, we'll pull it out with the hemostats, and then we'll clean it with ear cleaner. It feels good afterwards to have that ear cleaned and free of infection.
Having cleaned the ears and clipped the toenails, Becky brushes out all the snarls and matted fur before giving the dog a bath.
And there's different kind of shampoos to use. There's flea and tick, there's medicated, there's regular, there's whitening shampoo. It just depends on what the dog's needs are.
Different shampoos, different methods of drying, all depend upon each dog's individual needs. Then after the bath and the drying, the groomer begins trimming the animal's coat. This is called setting a pattern. Different breeds of dogs have different patterns. The groomer must decide what will look best for each dog.
If there's different kind of shapes to the face, you could have a regular, which goes to the breed, or you can have a mutt face or a puppy face, which is more like a rounded look. So when you're doing blade work around, even scissor work on the face, you want to make sure that you have that muzzle tight enough so that, the tongue's not going to come out and you're not going to clip it.
Clearly, trimming a dog's face is a very delicate job. Becky relies on the coaching of senior groomers and her shop manager to make sure she does it right.
It would be the manager's responsibility to oversee a new employee. If the manager is unable to do it, as far as they're still running the shop and doing other things, there's usually a senior groomer, someone that can help. We all kind of work together.
Gretchen Spalding started as an entry-level groomer, advanced to become manager of the dog and cat company, and next month she will begin to buy a part of the business.
As a manager, it's basically the whole shop is your responsibility to the animals and the actual employees, and also what merchandise is going to be on your shelf, where you're going to make a profit, and you want to make your customer happy. That's the bottom line.
Keeping the customers satisfied, making sure they come back again, doesn't always mean giving them what they ask for.
Sometimes the customer doesn't understand what we can and cannot do. You can offer to the customer to show them what it takes to demat the dog and show them that it would not be fair to the animal, that it could hurt the animal, and it's very uncomfortable. And in that case, most people are pretty understanding.
Customer relations, coaching and managing your employees. To do these things well, you must know firsthand how to groom, and you must communicate clearly.
I don't feel that I'm one of the best groomers, but as far as management skills, I'm looking at that I can interact with people. I can work well with people, and I have a business sense about it too. So in order to manage a shop or own a shop, you've got to have some business background, to understand how business works, understand profit and loss, and so forth.
So to prepare for managing a shop, and especially for owning your own, in school, you should take some basic business classes. But before you can own your own operation, even before you can manage, you must succeed as a groomer. And to prepare for a successful career as a groomer, you also should concentrate in school on communications, health, and science.
Basic biology and science class, of course, you're going to be needing to take those.
If you love working with animals, if you prepare well, if you bring with you a positive attitude, and if you're eager to learn, then after a few years, you might find yourself in Gretchen's position. You might be ready to become an entrepreneur, to work for yourself.
It's a big responsibility, but I'm really looking forward to doing it. It's kind of my way of tying in some business as well as the grooming, and it can turn into a lucrative area too. I'm going to be pushing as hard as I can, and I'll stay in there as late as I need to at night to make the place run. I think it'll go.
To get where Gretchen is, you need to start where Becky is. You need to take the entry-level position in the first place. And you must make the commitment.
Practice, the more you do, the better you get, the faster you get. But you always have to concentrate on the quality first.